Hello, this is about Prison X, and hi, I decided to do my presentation on one of my favorite blogs on YouTube, Prison X. They're real life stories of prisoners who lived in the jail system, know the horrors and all the evils that go on that you don't get to hear in the media, and they're trying to persuade the youth, to choose a different path by sharing their horror stories. I chose three videos, three of my favorite out of the lot. And the first one is from Kaiser. His DIN number is 01R3844 in the New York Penitentiary. He tells stories, his was my favorite. He tells stories about listening to men having their manhood taken and having to just keep walking, mind your own business. He tries to tell you, stay out of jail, man. Like, I was 19 when I went in, and I was in there with the lifers, grown men. They don't care what happens to you. It's all about survival. You're in a lion's den. And he was telling about the guards. The prison guards don't even care. They beat you. They run the place. What can you do? You're in jail. What can you do? There's this one prison in New York, and all the COs are related. And one CO, he's racist. He has a tattoo of a black baby hanging on a noose on his arm. And these are the type of people that they have running our penitentiaries. Then we have Stack a Dollar, 98A 5576. His persuasion was never come to prison because even your family can get touched. He talks about a story of one visit that he went to, and this guy, he'd previously gotten into an altercation with another gentleman in prison, and it's never over once you start beef with someone. And the guy took it to the extent as his grandmother, wife, and child came to the visit, and the guy he was arguing with sliced up his grandmother and his wife in the visitation room while the child watched, and sliced the guy up. Like, it's never over. It's a continuous paranoia living in prison. And then we have the third guy, Bernard. His DIN number is 92A 8779. And he's like, man, I saw my best friend walking with me. We were just walking outside to the rec, and they cut him up. And, he said they snatched him in their bathroom, and they held him up in a chokehold, and it was like five guys. They just start slicing him up, and Bernard's like, well, what should I do? And they're like, get the hell out of here unless you want some too. And he's like, man, that was my best friend. We came to prison together from off the streets, but it's survival of the fittest. It wasn't my day to die. It wasn't my day to get cut up, so I had to do what I had to do for me. I love me more than him, so I had to leave him there. And you can't snitch in jail. It just makes it worse. Because if you snitch, the prisoners know. And if the prisoners don't know, the guards will tell them. And it's just horror. It's horrible in there. It's not what you think. They try to tell you, like, you're in gangs and you think it's cool. It ain't nothing cool about jail. Can you imagine you a man and you don't have your manhood taken? Or even the women. There are women videos and they're talking about this correctional officers raping them. I've never been to jail. I know friends that have, and they think it's cool, but that's not the life I want. These stories persuade you, I think, all three ways: ethically, emotionally, and logically. Logically, because it makes you think, like, do you want this for yourself? Emotionally, because these stories really touch you. Like, these aren't actors. This is real life people. I've looked them up by their New York DIN numbers. And ethical, because yeah, you're a prisoner and now, you're just a number, but still you're a human being. Like, how can you have people live in these type of situations and expect them to be rehabilitated? And ethical, because it's good that they're trying to warn the youth before they make the same mistakes they make. Thank you.